Monday, February the 24th, 2022, 3,518. When in doubt. Let's start with a John Ashbery quote. He took advantage of her, me. What is that like in your life? It could never have happened. Come with me somewhere. John Ashbery. Right, WRITE, or used to be. What is, though, not what's within the confines of your selfish wants, your narrow desires, but what works wholly, universally, visibly, or otherwise established by the senses. Only then might you move toward the hypothetical. And perhaps after that, you could try to go you could try to go further to breach the fantastical, the intangible. But for now, and to your age, stick to the ground with you which you walk upon. Can you feel it physically palpable? Staying grounded is key. Rarely, reality is paramount. The black cartoonish eyes on the broken green coffee cup mug. And yes, I move from the general to the specific. Your evolves becomes my, yours mine. You are now me. The calendar. The calendar. You are now me. The calendar on the wall discolored from being wet as it was when it arrived at your doorstep, arrived indeed at my doorstep, was placed into my hands and placed into my hands by the counter, by the courier who weekly delivers my box of diabetic food. I have diabetes. I was diagnosed almost exactly 1 year ago this week. These boxes of prepackaged food are delivered on Thursday days. On Thursdays, recently having been switched from Sundays as they were for nearly a year at no charge. They arrive at, at no charge to me. But hang on a minute. Is this the good news? The really, the reality that I should regurgitate? Sorry, I took an anxiety medication this morning for my interview that I had, which was a very good interview, and I have another one this afternoon. I gotta stay awake, but I don't. If I'm not doing the interview, I'm usually I don't know why I'm falling asleep, but I am. I haven't had much sleep this week. But let's do this. I can't go to sleep. They arrive at no charge to me. But hang on a minute. Is this the good news, the reality that I should regurgitate? Of what use is this news at present to me or to you? I should concentrate. No one knows better how to brighten things up. Isn't that what this was all? Isn't that what this is all about? No one knows better than me. So here goes. I should steer clear of the part about having no income. Yeah. The part that is reliant upon charity or intervening help, and most definitely shut up about about the broad circle of humans that I once knew so intimately. Some of whom, I suppose, have flown elsewhere, been gone for years now, but some are still here within the confines of the very same city in which you sit alone, crying, relying upon the kindness of strangers. Not these individuals who, despite my most dramatic or most subtle efforts to defy, to reverse this abandonment, I have hooked a friend in the face. Not one. Have not been in the same room. Their breath is over a year. Two? Has it been even longer than that? So that old idol, the one about hiding, the one about building the family you want, of surrounding yourself, myself, with a group of individuals, myself with a group of individuals that I can proudly call my family. Is that the direction this should be going? Is this what I'm supposed to scribble about in order to contemplate, to publicize, to open as if a door so that this information can be let go? A door that even blown so wide open that it creates a whole lot of which this is its only use as an exit, for this nonsense. Never an entrance, only an exit. But of what am I ridding myself? What good is tossing out the door such thoughts as these, that I believed that I had such a family, that it felt so real that it existed, after being the architect of what I might call my life? Years of being proud to have such a thing, only to watch helplessly as everything I so selflessly built, so selfishly, who's to say? But yet to watch it all completely vanish in what was but an instant, to see the whole world, my world, gone as if it never even existed, and all before the reality of the disappearance even begins to dawn on me, before I even can attempt to begin to comprehend how gone it all was. Was it? And is. Yep. How dead I would have become. How dead I would become all of those I called important, who all mattered. How dead I would become to all of those who I called important, all who mattered. Is this the real? Is this the reality to which I should dedicate my time and efforts? In this story of stories that I live to tell, and to what end? Why should I bother telling and retelling this to you? Why should this be something that I might explore further, from which I might learn? What might I get from doing this? What might you get? Well, I have an answer for these questions, a justification, if you will. Oh, won't you allow at least this? I entreat, as if there's anyone out there who might someday retrieve this, another message I bottled, capped, and tossed as if into the vast Pacific. Oh, yes, I do have an answer. Is this the stuff, the whole of which I am here to convey? Is that then my purpose? No, absolutely not, or not very often. Let's me be indelibly clear about that. Not as if there is anyone who might give the definitive word on such matters, much less offer even the vaguest of hints as to whether my compass is pointed anywhere in the vicinity of the proper direction. Anyone? Anyone? What is reality anyway? But something tidy and comforting that once understood, or once the surface of it is even perceived, what is it but a thing that when slips away day after day, night after night, at such a pace, so that the dreams you believe true, you discern from that to which you woke, to find before you that home I thought I had, all those late night conversations you used to call engagement. The score of humans to whom I felt an earned affinity, to whom I felt what I believed to be and wasn't it, that thing we call empathy, or at least mine, my family, they're all gone, as good as dead, as the saying goes. Good as that may not, in reality, be, as you are to each of them. A figment, if that. Whoa, you might be thinking, were you in actuality? This is not what I wanted to hear, nor is it what I intended to even say. What I meant to relay, I cannot even remember. I had no idea what I was getting myself into accepting this. Same goes for me, I'll add. This was not the message I set out to write, not the purpose I spent so many decades to establish to become. So what now? You'd ask. Were you there, a you, to ask, as you, perhaps more urgently plan an escape, unhappy that you came this way in the first place, disturbed by a message as somber as this, yet feeling a bit charitable for having stayed this long, or one can always hope, in utmost sincerity. Curious, empathetic, that word again. Perhaps even willing to help, happy just to learn, eager to engage. And whether I'm awake or asleep, I have the best answer for such a question as that. I pick myself up from the rubble, the misery, the heartache. I pick myself up from all of it, from that mess from which I shall recover and begin once again. I start over and from scratch. I don't look back but briefly on moments such as these, and only then to learn how better to go about it, to make this effort the one that's real. And if neither of us move for an uncomfortable amount of time, I shall look at the stranger standing awkwardly before me. I look you directly in the eyes and I ask, are you in?